Alright, Tuxdb, best place to get all your Linux needs. Well, gaming that is.
Hey guys, this is System again with LTG Gaming. I thought I would talk to you today about a great little website called Tuxdb. That website is great for if you want to learn new things about different games and different other items. Well, on the screen in front of me today, I put it in a large screen so we could view the whole gloriousness. One thing I find interesting about this site is the fact that he has a color mode, so you can have a black background, or you can have a white background. And depending on which one you want, depending on the time of the day, I guess you could look at it that way and see that it works well at night and during the day. Now, this is a early access, pre-alpha, work in progress, not everything is done version. With that said, he has two sets of menus here, guys. He has the top menu up here. This is the menu that will give you pretty much navigation to advanced pieces on the site. Then he has a sub menu down here that, depending on where you are on the site, will depend on what the sub menu does. Now, right now we're on the start page, the very beginning of the thing, and basically what it's doing is it's showing basically what's available, what's current, what's new. And what we can do is we can go to new and release, date, news, removal, sale, info, streamers, rumors, crowdfunding, itch.io, early access, that's what that stands for, not the game company, videos, DLC, and wine. One other thing, so if you select on that, it'll filter to what is current. So what's currently being released or coming out. If you go to releases, that's, it'll go to what has under release. And the other one also goes by the current date, the actual date of what's going on. All right, let's go to top played. That'll bring us to currently the database from Steam. It tells you what games are currently being currently under Steam, what's currently there. We have top played Linux games right now, and then we have the top 10, top 50, top 100, 150, 250, whatever. But we're at the top 10 right now. It's pretty nice. Civilization 5 is top 9. My lovely, lovely Ark. It's the third. Dota 2 is actually beating Ark. That's interesting, and it's very interesting to me that Rocket League is lower down on the list than even Dota or Ark. Interesting. I would have thought that Rocket League would be above CS or equal to CSGO, but yeah. There are more people playing Dota 2 than any of those other games combined. That's quite interesting. All right, so we also have, so the other thing was news. These are the games. There are currently 3,179 out of the Linux and OS list. So 187 don't have Linux OS list flagged in Linux and Steam, but have a public Linux depot. And if you notice, there's nothing listed because you have to select the letters at the top to get the games to list. You can even get 0 and 1 and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's probably a bug at this time. It doesn't auto-generate a list of games at random, starting from start to finish. And by the way, this is the page. If you see this right here, it's the page that I have selected. So I basically, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And then this is 0 to 9 to actually select whether games have a number in the title. All right, so we do that and the different things from there. So let's move on from games to itch.io. Itch.io will basically, same thing. There's a glitch going on. I have to select that. But it will show basically the games from itch.io that are available for Linux. And then we'll move from there. So top played, games, itch.io. Then we'll move on to calendar. Calendar is really awesome. Calendar is listed on what games are going to be released or have been released in an actual calendar month or in the near future. So far, we have 12 days in this month. I'm assuming there's 12 months in a year, so me being goofy. But anyway, so let's see. Yeah, so the 12th of last month had these games, and so let's see, February. Nothing. Oh yeah. I wonder if, because I selected, this is January, so we can do February. There we go. And you can look at different months in the year, and then I don't think you can select the year of the different years. So like I don't think you could look at a game that's coming out, say, in 2018, or a game that already came out in 2016, but I believe it's only currently in the year that you're in. So, but it says number of games released this month, 61. Let's see with this one. So for March, it looks like only 7 games are going to be released for that. And how many games were released? 74 games were released in January. Nice. Then we have a chat thing. It basically shows the Discord and then IRC, and then you have the official Discord link. And then we'll move on to Wine. Wine is, well, it's Wine. It's what we use to run games under Linux. If it's a Windows game and we want to run it under Linux, it has that. I actually have no idea if we have newest and name, but it doesn't do anything, or at least anything I've been able to figure out. I was thinking it would be able to filter it, but if I click that, it does something weird, and it's like all the not founds. But then I click by here, and it doesn't actually filter it by the way like I would think. Like it does the newest or the name, but it actually doesn't give you the ability to filter the actual game by its actual title. So you don't have a search bar to get to it. But there is this sub menu here. There's this menu, and then when you want to navigate the primary things of the site, you use the upper menu. And then you have your different submenus here for the. It even has a warning. Be warned. Takes a lifetime to load. But yeah, so you could actually go through and you can do official. Okay, that's the page I guess I'm on right now, and then live streaming now. Looks like there's quite a few people live streaming Linux games or Linux related items at this current time. So that is kind of cool. Let's see, for creators, it looks like we have some list of creators that he has selected, and then these are YouTuber, and then Daily Motion. Doesn't look like he's got anybody, but those are who he has listed. So I'm assuming he just added those in there. I don't know if he's pulling them from he's not pulling them from a database. He just has them added directly. And then under crowdfunding, you have Kickstarter and Indiegogo. And it looks like there are 34 Linux Kickstarter games protected and 23 for Indiegogo at this current time. And then we have tweets. And, well, everybody knows about Twitter. But the About page doesn't seem to be working. So, yeah. Alright, so we're back to the news page. That is the site. Pretty much in a nutshell. It's pretty simple. It works pretty well. It is a little buggy. The interface is good, but if you really want to look at Linux games and you want to get an understanding and you want to see what's current, what's going on, and you want to kind of a pulse on what's happening, this is it. This is where you want to be. So, yeah, that's what I got for you today.
Hey guys, if you like this kind of internet stuff, don't forget to subscribe and maybe press that like button on this video. There might be other videos popping up on your screen at this time. Check them out if you like.